Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Just Two Nerds podcast. As always, I'm Phoenix.
And I'm Evan.
And we'd like to thank you all for stopping by and nerding out with us. And on today's episode, we are sailing the high seas and yo-ho-ho, joining Brooks and singing the Brinks' Brew as we talk about the One Piece live action. I was actually going to do that for the intro, but I changed my mind.
This wasn't a bad season at all.
No. So, jumping right into it. Yeah, live action One Piece now has 2 seasons in. A lot of people really liked the first season, surprisingly, even with some of the changes they made. So we got a second season, and we're going to talk about that second season. And Evan probably should maybe do more talking than me. He's a bigger One Piece fan than I am. But for all you One Piece dick riders, I'm caught up. Besides the 2 new episodes in the anime. So if I start talking shit, just know I've watched it. But we're gonna try to talk about the anime too much. We're gonna focus on the live action.
He's up to date now.
I'm up to date
from the 2 latest anime episodes.
Yeah, and I'll probably watch them later tomorrow or some shit like that. Half the time
they're not too bad. The first episode's alright. The second one, it's just like usual, arriving to the island shenanigans.
The live action pretty much does the typical one. At least I'll say this, but the live action's still focusing on everything pre-time skip, so it's a lot more enjoyable to me. Because that was my biggest complaint with the live action, the anime. It felt like it moved away from pirates and went full blown Dragon Ball. So I'm actually glad that it feels like we're watching a pirate adventure with that. But does the live action, is it perfect? No, I think there are still plenty of flaws with it, and we will get into it as we go through each of the episodes and try to remember. It's been a couple weeks since I watched them, but I do remember some of it.
I think the main issue with the live action is that it's trying to tell so much story in such little time. It's doing a good job with I think Logtown, they kind of rushed. Laboon and everything between Laboon and Drum, they handled pretty well. Drum, there's obviously a lot of big differences, but the pacing is always going to be a problem when it comes to One Piece, no matter who you ask. Manga, anime, live action, no matter what it is. I think they did a little bit better of a job compared to season 1, because season 1, you get 2 episodes with Usopp's arc, and they're all in that mansion. I'm like, this isn't how it happened at all, and they're stretching this out for no reason.
Oh yeah, I actually really.
But this time, I feel like Logtown was an arc that could have benefited from more time.
Yeah. Being at 1 episode, I feel like they still covered what they needed to, but I remember Logtown a little bit from the anime, so they probably could have spent more time, at least maybe 1 more episode with Logtown.
I think if they cut out all the stupid Bartolomeo stuff, which, spoilers, he shows up in the live action, we don't meet him until Dressrosa, but it turns out the reason we meet him in Dressrosa is because he wants to meet up with Luffy because he's a big Straw Hat otaku. Luffy senpai, Zoro senpai, he's a big fanboy. But he became a fanboy after he saw Luffy survive the lightning blast from when Buggy was about to decapitate him in the Logtown arc, and then we meet him in Dressrosa. I feel like having him do this random crap before, it takes away, for me, all this stuff from Dressrosa. No, he was just a bystander, and he saw this random guy do this I'm sorry, I'm losing my words.
He felt like he was looking at
this godly feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he in his eyes, he was seeing someone that embodied Roger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can agree with that. I've watched One Piece as a whole since it came out, and I don't rewatch this shit. So Logtown was several years ago for me. But I do remember that being a thing, that it was hit that reveal in Dressrosa that he was there, and witnessed everything go down, but didn't interact with it, is so much more of his character. So if for whatever reason the series makes it to, which it probably won't, but hey, if it was to make it to Dressrosa, Bartolomeo's big moment feels, a little undervalued by having him interact with Straw Hat this soon. They could have had him there. They could have showed him. They could have had him witness everything. Like, we could have seen it, but don't have him interact with Luffy. Because that way, when he talks to Luffy in Dressrosa, it's a little bit more impactful for his character. I know some people aren't really bothered by that. I was not bothered by him being there, but I do remember that his arc was like his moment with Luffy and Dressrosa was a lot more impactful because he's like, I saw you. You embodied Roger. Like, you laughed in the face of death type of situation. And that's what stood out to me. And like, the whole time from Logtown to Dressrosa, he's pretty much just followed Luffy's story. But having him interact with him, I mean, you can still get the outcome, but I don't think it's gonna, I don't think it gives as much weight to that moment as it could have if they just didn't have them interact.
No. And one thing I will, and he's not the first character they bring in way before he's introduced, but I think his role was like the worst out of them, because one was in a flashback that we know he's there, and it's like, oh, that makes sense, and then the other one's just like, oh, blink and you'll miss it, at the end of the episode, actually.
Yeah. God. Who? You're talking about the live action Sabo reveal?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this episode we get the part where Dragon saves Luffy, and then at the very end, Dragon's sailing away, and we get a blink and you'll miss a moment of Sabo walking out. I didn't say anything, but you can tell him. He's blonde. He's got the top hat. He's wearing the scarf and the blue coat. It's Sabo.
To me, when they do stuff like that, it's almost kind of telling that they're not planning on making it to the big moment reveals for these characters. Like, to me, that kind of gives it away.
Both of these characters we don't see until Dressrosa, which they will not get to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could work with Bartolomeo's, but even briefly showing Sabo way before he ever shows up, I feel it's like they're just going like, we're not going to make it to Dressrosa for their reveal, so might as well just kind of show them off right here. Which means for season 3, we're probably gonna see Sabo at some point.
Yeah.
Which would be like, his reveal is supposed to be in Dressrosa because Luffy hasn't seen him since they set sail, and on top of it, we as the viewers hadn't seen Sabo like pretty much at all in the whole story.
Yeah,
that's right. It's all right. We don't see Sabo at all until Dressrosa.
No,
right?
we don't even...
No, what did you think of? I think you blinked out on me for a second. What did you think of Smoker?
I said we don't see Sabo. We don't even know who Sabo is until after Marineford.
Yeah. All we know is that he was one of basically Luffy's brother that he grew up with, type of thing. That's all we know. We didn't know nothing else about him. So yeah.
But the Zoro scene with the swords was really cool and well done. Tashigi and Smoker, I think, got the best casting. I think whoever they got to play Smoker, they literally, it's like he jumped out of the page or off the screen because he did a awesome job.
He really does look like Smoker. I was impressed that when I saw it. I was like, oh, they actually did a good job of making him look like Smoker. Everyone, I'll get to Luffy in a second. I really liked Smoker and his portrayal in this episode. I like him in the later episodes that he keeps showing up in. They got a good cast. And I watched an interview with the guy who was talking about. I think he said he didn't know much about him or had to learn. It was an interesting little interview about it, type of thing. I was like, well, you did a good job at becoming Smoker. So good on the casting department for that one.
But I mean, it was good to see Buggy. Yeah, it was good to see Buggy again. The actress who plays Alvida, like, she, even though I don't think it was like she was told to do this, she lost some weight for when Alvida came back. How Alvida,
She slims up in the anime. Yeah, I think the actress made that decision to do it because they were like they could probably just recast, and she's like, no, I'll just lose the weight. Which I didn't even realize that the actress was actually that big when I kind of just figured it was kind of a bodysuit.
Yeah.
I did not know that she was a bigger woman. They probably did bodysuit her up a little bit, but I didn't realize like she was a bigger set woman until I'm over here learning about like, no, she went and lost all that weight so she could be the skinny version of Velveeta. I'm like, didn't even know that she needed to do that, but good on you.
Yeah, good for her.
Good on you. Let's see what else happened in Lockdown before we move on to Boone. Actually, I'll say this. I completely forgot that Tashiki was voiced by Monica Rial in English, and so to see her not being voiced by Monica Rial in English was such a good reprieve for me. I was like, oh,
such a delight.
Such a delight. I watched the live action a couple weeks ago, and then caught up with the rest of the anime at this point. And I completely forgot that Tashiki was voiced by her. I completely forgot.
Well, the good thing about that is that Tashiki's not a major character, so it's not like she is with Bulma or Froppy.
Yes.
Like she's
minor. But the stuff with Zora was really good. The stuff with trying to think of like really the whole big thing of Lockdown is Luffy getting caught by Buggy and surviving the execution, and then Dragon's appearance. That's really, I think the first episode did really well. I will say though, and this kind of reflects for the rest of the season, I get Inaki is playing a character like Luffy, which is goofy and kind of corny, but I feel like his acting is just so rough. I get this is the character he's playing, but I just feel like he's really, even the character for Usopp, who is also kind of goofy throughout all of One Piece.
Oh, we'll get to Usopp because what an upgrade this season between.
Yeah, Usopp, I think like Luffy and him are like the two goofy characters throughout the first half until you start adding the rest of the crew, or at least Brooks. And I'm like, Inaki it's more so when it's like he's trying to be too much like Luffy, and it's like, I don't know if you can pull that off as a real person. So I just feel like his stuff's really rough. And of course, I don't like how he says the attacks. I just don't.
Yeah, gum gum.
Yes, yes, it's like he's trying to combine the English way of saying gum gum with the gumo gumo from the Japanese. It's like, just fucking pick one. Either say gomu gomu or say fucking gum gum. Don't weirdly combine it. It's weird. And it throws me off every time he does it. I'm like, it's so cringe listening to you do that. I'm not saying the guy can't act. Maybe he can. But as right now, I still think he's been like the roughest part of season 2 for me. We'll get to the better character who's had such an increase with Usopp, but his stuff's later on. So episode 1 was actually really well, and we'll move to episode 2 with Boone. And what is it? Boone backstory to the with fucking Brooks, the introduction to Vivi, the old man.
Yeah, Crocus.
So,
and I didn't know this when I first watched it, but in the flashback, Crocus is supposed to be 21 years old. But they just take the same old man and just give him a dye job. It's like, dude, this is the roughest 21-year-old I've ever seen.
The seas are a rough time for a man, Sitting right there next to a whale. I mean, it's rough, apparently. It ages you really bad. What was the thing with didn't they say that with One Piece characters, that they're the ones that were really pretty before but aren't anymore, something, which doesn't seem to be the fucking case.
Like the older ladies in the flashback, they just age horribly, except for like Shaki and I think and Kureha.
Yeah, and then it's something like if they stop following their dreams, that's why they age so poorly. The fuck you doing with Big Mom then? Which, for those that don't watch the anime and have no idea who the fuck Big Mom is, you'll probably never know.
No.
How the fuck does that one make sense? But
I'd be shocked if they even cast Whitebeard in the show.
I mean,
if we get to where we first see him.
He appears before the Marineford stuff, right?
Yeah, but I think that's around like Ennie's lobby is when we first see Whitebeard.
Oh yeah, that could be a minute. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said Cass Shack is him, and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna be on this shit, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway, the Laboon stuff was really good. I think the flashback and the live action made me care for this CGI whale so bad. When the Rumbar pirates are sailing away and you see baby Laboon just like, no, don't leave me.
You can't feel the emotions with the CG compared to the animation. That's why I've always been a big.
No, I thought the CG they did really good.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, that's why I always support animation over CG real world mixing, because you can tell, even as good as it is, you can tell it's not really there. Whereas in the animation, it clearly is there because they're all there. Right, that's my thing for animation. But I think Laboon looked really well. I think Laboon looked really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
you want to briefly discuss the controversy of them casting a black man to play Brook?
So I talked to another friend of mine about this. So the way that Brook looks in the show, like the way they draw him, you can get away with him like saying, oh, that's a black guy. But Oda, he says that Brook is from Austria, a country in Europe,
not known for a lot of black people.
I don't know. It's not it's not racist anyway, but Europe does not have a lot of people of African descent. So when I saw Brook was cast as I mean, and he's got an afro, yeah, I get it, but if you're gonna say someone's from Austria, you gotta make them look, because they did a good job with all the other Straw Hats, like getting someone of whatever descent. Like Luffy, they actually got a Brazilian guy. Zoro's Japanese. I mean, I don't think Emily Rudd is Swedish, but she probably's got some of that
you could
Swedish
probably
blood.
pass. You could probably pass her.
Sanji's from Europe. Usopp, I mean, Oda just said Africa, but they got a black guy, which it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that one was intentional on Oda or not. Maybe he was afraid to say a place or something, but everyone else gets a country and he gets Africa.
Yeah.
Usopp is the whole continent that is Africa, apparently. But yeah, I forgot that he said that he was from Austria, which it is true that I would probably, I don't know much about Austria, but I would take a wild guess that it's not very heavily black people. I'm not saying there's don't live there. It's just probably the culture is not heavily, have African descendants. Am I mad? I'm not mad, because I get what they're going with, type of thing, but it does feel like y'all were just kind of casting certain ones based on certain appearances. Like, oh, he plays music. Oh, he has an afro. So clearly he's a black guy. Yeah, but Oda was
the actor does a really good job. He does. And he sings really well.
Yeah, as him being the role, yeah. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but when I saw that, it wasn't like, wait, I'm like, oh, Brook shouldn't be black. I'm dropping the show. Blah blah blah. I'm like, hold on, they're doing this for the original 5, but they're gonna go. It's just a complex subject to talk about, because I'm not hating that Brook is black. It's just like, okay, he's supposed to be from Austria, and the first thing when I think about Austria is not black people. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and frickin' Europe and all this.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I completely forgot that he even said that about Brook. But because I don't keep up with everything that.
Well,
Oda
and
says.
even Robin talks with a somewhat Russian accent, and she's supposed to be from
like that.
Russian,
that would
Russia.
be her. That would be her country is Russia. Yeah, she's got that Russian-y sound to her. Yeah, it does seem weird that they've managed to get every current and future Straw Hat pretty much how Oda said, except for Brook. Which, I mean, I guess, the argument could be made, Brook's not going to have a lot of time as an actual person on screen, because pretty much after this, he's going to go be full CGI skeleton.
I'm like, he's a skeleton, so it doesn't matter what race he is.
Sure, but I mean, if Oda's gonna go out of his way to say it where they're from, and y'all are gonna harp on it on other characters, you should harp on it with this one too. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard One Piece person. Shit. But yeah, if y'all are gonna harp that Oda is very particular about who his Straw Hats or future Straw Hats are from, and you're like, oh, they have to cast them this, they have to cast them this, they have to cast them this, but you're not gonna make a big deal about it for Brook. It seems like you guys are willing to bend the rules for certain aspects, and it seems kind of bullshit. But I do like the guy does a great job as Brook. I really liked it.
No, he did a fantastic job. It nothing against the actor, nothing against black people or anything. It's more just like hey, Oda, you made sure to do this for the other actors, but not for Brook.
Yeah. I agree with that. It seems weird that he did just cast a black guy for that one. It seemed like you were pretty on, like, especially when we get to
Canadian person to voice Chopper.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I have to look her
but
up.
That doesn't really matter because that's going to be CGI the whole time.
Yeah. Is Frankie gonna be like a very hardcore stereotypical American, which you can plenty to choose from right now. You'll find some. But he's the American. He's got to be a very aggressively obvious American. So how do you go with it? Frankie's like Jinbei is a fish man, so it's not gonna really matter. But didn't he give like a nationality to Jinbei in some way?
He gave Jinbei was Indian.
Oh, see, then by that metric, you got to have an Indian man playing as Jinbei so they can CGI over him.
A blue fish man.
Better find Indian blue fish man. I mean, shit. Come on, One Piece fans, you guys are so harpy about this shit.
If they get to Impel Down.
I feel like since they've made characters appear way earlier, we might see Jinbei one of the next 2 seasons. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
I got a feeling. Especially because next season's going to be dealing with Croc and the other Alabasta and Croc, and he's a warlord, which means they're probably going to show the other fucking warlords, which means we may even get to see the rest of the fucking warlords, even though they'll never appear officially in the series because we're never going to make it to their parts in the story.
No, they pulled a flashback way too early. The one where Roger's about to be executed and Garp goes and talks to him, and Roger's like, you need to take care of my son.
Yeah, that wasn't revealed till much later.
That was in Marineford or Impel Down whenever they first showed that.
They said I heard someone saying like they did that to. I don't think I saw it from the writers, but someone was trying to say that they had that scene to make it feel like Roger is talking about Luffy for no one that knows anything about the story, to make people believe Luffy is Roger's kid. And I'm like, I mean, it's a good little twist. And of course, it was on TikTok. And people were arguing like, oh, but Monkey has Garp's name. But you guys, like, and I commented this, and I was like, Garp calls Luffy his grandson, Ace his grandson, and I'm pretty sure he acknowledges Sabo as his grandson. Only one of them share the fucking name, but Garp sees all 3 of them as his grandchildren, or at least for sure Ace and Luffy. So
we don't know much about Sabo, but he definitely is like Ace and Luffy. Those are his grandkids.
Yeah, and Sabo views them as brothers, so Garp probably views poor Garp. All 3 of his grandsons. Fuck, I hate the government. All 3 of them said, fuck the fools. Yeah, so the name thing, I was like, that's a weird argument, dude. Literally the anime has Garp treat Ace like his grandson, and they don't share the same name at all. So I get why they try to do that. It just seems kind of dumb. If no one knows who Luffy is and who he's tied to, you don't have to show it.
It was a weird place to pull that flashback because, like, if you actually know the series, you know, like, hey, he's not talking about Luffy.
Yeah.
And like, why would it's like a weird Grandpa Gohan thing. Like, Garp's not way older than
no, he's not.
Roger to be like, oh, Yeah.
Especially,
Let me take your kid in as my grandson instead of my son.
which is even kind of funny to me because I just finished. I just caught up with all through AK and everything, and the flashback of God Valley. Garp has black hair, so he's young Garp, and he fights Rocks and spoiler and fucking Rogers at God Valley. I know the anime people don't give a shit. They already know. So if that moment's not too long before Rogers' capture, how much different time is between?
No, it's a few years.
Okay.
Because Shanks is a baby.
He's a baby at God's Valley.
God
and he's
Valley
like,
was 38 years ago from the present story.
Shanks is only 38 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, Shanks is almost 40.
I don't know why I thought he might have been a little older, but no, that makes a lot more sense because he was like 10-ish with Rogers' crew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so God Valley and Rogers' death are what, like 10, 12 years apart?
Something like that. Yeah.
Garp is still
12,
aged.
12-ish years away.
In that case, Garp is really stressed out because the man had gray hair at that point. Holy shit.
Well, when your son becomes the most wanted criminal in the world and the biggest faction going against the world's government, and both your grandsons become notorious pirates.
Yeah, that 12 years was rough for him. Holy shit. Woo!
Yeah.
And you're always arguing with your actual grandson. Yeah. But yeah. I just was thinking about that because that flashback. Yeah. And then let's see, what was it? Vivi and number 7. Is that who that was?
Mr. 9.
Mr. 9. Yeah. We'll talk about Vivi in a second. What did you think of Mr. 9's portrayal? I think a lot of the Baroque's works feel pretty good from when I got to each episode with them. From what I remember.
Oh yeah, I think the only one I didn't like was Miss Valentine, because she was a lot like, I don't know, her actor made her like super British, and like in the both versions of the anime, because I think I've watched some subbed of the Alabasta stuff. Like she's just like this silly high pitched girl, and they made her like really British and vain in the live action. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like they used her powers fine.
Is she the one that wears yellow?
I don't know, but I think yeah, with the kilo fruit.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember all these characters all that well. This is not my forte anime, so seeing their live actions, I'm just having to go with what I'm given and what I can remember after all these years. But I think
Mr. 9 did a good job.
He felt.
I think Mr. 5. Yeah, Mr. 5. Aside from Mr. 3, which we'll get to him in Little Garden, I think Mr. 5 was probably the best one. Aside from Mr. 3.
Mr. 5 was Vivi's dude, right?
He's the booger bomb.
Oh yeah. God, I hate that fucking power. So stupid. Shit's so fucking annoying. I get why it works, but
Phoenix, it can't be serious all the time.
Oh, come on. I feel like that's one of those you probably should have leaned a little more serious with. Now you're just a dude that picks his nose all the fucking time. But yeah, Mr. 9, I liked the brattiness. I liked the way, from what I remember, he feels pretty much like, he looks just like the anime counterpart or manga counterpart. I was like, God, I can't wait for this dude to get his comeuppance. I was like, God, I can't wait.
Well, he actually gets a happy ending, like in the manga, because he hooks up with the Miss Monday, the nun, and they have a kid after the time skip.
I must have. Is that something recently, or did the anime just not show that? Maybe I just missed it.
It's like a cover story type thing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So he doesn't die. Once again,
Yeah.
One Piece, very aggressive with not killing people. I had this conversation with Evan a few weeks ago, because when I asked Evan this was when we were, well, I'll talk about that because we'll get to that next episode. Lastly, in the Boone episode, we meet Vivi for the first time. The controversy surrounding Vivi. I think she did great as Vivi. From what I remember of Vivi,
Oh
I
yeah, no,
felt
she
like
does
she
a
was great.
good job.
And I was like, yeah,
I
that's
think
pretty
her
Vivi.
and Naki have really good chemistry.
Yes. Which is good moving forward because of some of the theories I've been seeing lately regarding her ancestor and Joy Boy and everything. Yeah, I think she did great. This episode itself, honestly, was a lot of fun. I remember it. The only thing I don't really like is Anaki trying to sing Brooks' song, Binks' Brew, and do the
The Nika dance.
The Nika dance, which is just, I don't know. Maybe he was just trying too hard. I'm not. I don't want to feel like I'm really shitting on him constantly. I just feel like he was honestly the roughest part in each thing.
I think he's making Luffy way too naive and childlike compared to what he actually is.
Yeah, he's dumb, but he's not childish. Like
Yeah.
as I'm watching
But
the
I
time
think
skip
the
Luffy.
weirdest.
Yeah, I see clips of.
Did you like that they cut?
Cut what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say
I was
like.
gonna ask if. Go ahead, Phoenix.
I was gonna say I've seen people like post on TikTok of clips of One Piece, and it's a lot of the pre-time skip Luffy, and I'm like, yeah, this Luffy does not really feel like the live action Luffy, and I know he's trying. I just feel like they're almost not the same kind of Luffy, and that's not just because he says Gum Gum really stupid, and I hate how he says it. I will. Anyone that wants to argue with me, go ahead. The way that Inaki tries to say Gum Gum sounds like he is saying Gamu Gamu and Gum Gum at the same time, and it doesn't fucking work. Just commit to saying either Gamu Gamu or fucking Gum Gum. Because I've watched.
Yeah.
I told you guys I just caught up with the entire series. I watched Luffy go on a tirade since Wano, yelling Gum Gum every couple of seconds. I'm like, even though I've said Colleen is not a good fit for male characters, her saying Gum Gum doesn't fucking annoy me. Obviously, the Japanese actress does a phenomenal job as Luffy, and Gamu Gamu sounds fucking effortlessly flows. Inaki's just sounds fucking weird. It sounds like someone who doesn't know what the power set is or how he calls out his moves, but just know it starts kind of gummish, and then just says something. That's what it sounds like to me. His whole fight with Wapol was just, I was like, just shut the fuck up. But yeah, I saw people really excited, like, he did the Nika dance. And I'm like, he's just, Inaki was a little rough this season. So season.
Did you like that they cut the Zoro fight at Whiskey Peak instead of making him fight Vivi and Igaram?
Oh, he does fight.
Because remember, he fights Zoro, and Nami has to break the fight up because Zoro kills all the bounty hunters for Baroque works, and Luffy's like, "Hey, why are you beating up all these nice people?" And he doesn't let Zoro talk, and then they just get into a big fight.
Oh yeah, him and Luffy, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I was really glad they cut that. I remember watching that, and I was like, I felt
Really?
like this. Yeah, I personally remember watching that as a for the anime portion. I was like, this just feels stupid. Like him and Zoro getting into it over something so honestly was stupid. And you knew Zoro was in the right the whole time. And I just was like, yeah, you know what? We don't need that shit. We don't need to see Luffy and Zoro go at it, knowing what's coming up if they get to it. One of the other crewmates and him's gonna go at it. Like, we don't need, and it was stupid. At least the one that's coming up, if we get to it, has, like, I can see the reasoning there a little bit better. Zoro's was just stupid, so I'm glad they cut that. But the Boone episode was really good. I really liked it. I did see someone post that they cut the big, like, one of the big jokes that the old guy says when they're on the ship and they see him for the first time, and he's like,
yeah, they don't do the camera the zoom in thing that they did in the show, which I mean, yeah, because he's not living in Laboon, he's living at the lighthouse
yeah,
in the live action.
Yeah. And then the scene where he's on the ship and the Straw Hats are kind of threatening him, and he's like, "Oh, you want to threaten me? We're gonna get into a fight. You know what's gonna happen if we get into a fight?" And he's like, "Well, I'll lose." And it's just like a goofy scene. I'm like, I do remember this scene now. I saw this on TikTok, and I'm like, why'd they cut that out? It's a good, funny part. Because this guy seems like he's a big threat, and he's like, oh no, he's not. He's really not at all. Yeah. But this whole episode was clearly just set up for, Brooks, flashback, showcase Boone a little bit, introduce Vivi and them. Overall, I like this episode.
Yeah, this was probably paced really well because I think in the anime it's like 4 episodes for Laboon, and I'm like, that's
10,
way too many.
Another 10 for the shit with Vivi and Mr. Nine, and then another 30 for just trying to get to fucking Whiskey. The anime pacing.
We get it, Phoenix. You think the pacing sucks?
Pacing fucking shit ass. As annoying as Egghead, I tried not to talk about the anime. As annoying as the pacing was, it felt less egregious in Egghead. In some moments, there were some moments I'm like, I just watched the whole episode, nothing fucking happened. They fought, but nothing fucking happened. But then, I feel like all the stuff with Kuma, his whole backstory, I think was paced really well. I'm like, can you guys figure out the fuck you're doing here? Because you have that backstory paced great over those episodes. And then, they go back to the fight, and I'm like, nothing is happening. They're barely even fighting. Yeah, this whole series has weird fucking pacing. But since you brought up the whole Whiskey Peak situation, we'll get to Whiskey Peak now. Talk about episode 3, Whiskey Business. I do like how they are kind of incorporating
movie
titles really well with the moments. Good whale hunting. I like that. Whiskey Business.
Oh god,
I like that. We'll get to episode 4, Big Trouble in Little Garden. Come on, it's a good one. Whoever is in charge of naming these show episodes you're on your movie shit. I like that. But yeah, episode 3. I'm glad they cut that fucking fight up. I didn't care to see it.
I think the parts where Zoro's hallucinating Mihawk as his goal, because he was so traumatized by that fight. I think that was a nice touch in him. I think the fighting with Zoro with the bounty hunters, I think that was really well done.
Yes, that fight was right, and that was apparently all him. Good on McKenna.
All the actor?
Yeah, I've seen a couple different. See, you don't have TikTok, so I have to catch some of this stuff on TikTok. Yeah, apparently that whole scene was actually done by him. Very, very few. I think they mentioned there might have been a moment or two where they had to use the stunt actor for a moment, but pretty sure 98% of that whole 100 bounty hunter fights all McKenna. Good on him, because he said he wanted to do it for real.
He needs to.
He's
good on him.
Yeah, good on him. He wanted to do it, and I think the same thing with the sword thing. He really wanted to capture that moment. So he's like, we gotta going back an episode, I didn't mean to. The sword scene. Apparently they were gonna briefly go over it, but he was like, nah, we need that sword scene, and he wanted to do it himself. So I don't know if he actually had a real fucking sword.
You're talking about when he gets the sword?
Yeah, and he throws it, and he throws the sword.
Town?
Yeah. When he throws it up there and it comes by and it doesn't cut him, because of the anime, right? Apparently,
no way that was real. That was
CGI. No, not the real sword. But I think he was saying where they wanted to do it in a different way or capture it slightly different. He's like, no, we got to do it just like how it happens in the anime. Obviously, he didn't throw a real fucking sword.
I gotcha.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's the most important.
That's a big moment for him.
It's the most important scene aside from Luffy getting struck by lightning.
Yeah. Because it sets up this whole thing with the swords and his will, because that's the same sword he still has, right? Yeah, he still has that sword.
Yeah. He kept the Wado, and then he got the
Enma,
the Yubashiri, and the Kitetsu sword.
And then eventually gets Enma. That's way later.
Way later. We have to get Shusui first, the most badass sword.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, see that episode 3, that whole fight with the bounty hunters. Apparently, it was all McKenna. I liked that. I don't like how they still make Luffy. Let's see what else happened in that fucking episode.
They had Luffy fight Vivi and Igaram.
That's right. He fought them. I will say this. I don't remember if the anime does something like this. They probably do. But the musical scene for, not really the musical, but that whole scene where they're blasting the music in the tavern. Loved that. Absolutely loved that. Don't love the fact that...
Did they have...
Oh. Okay.
Did they have Nami drink Zoro under the table in this version, like she did in the anime?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I know he wasn't bothered because they did the scene where he's outside and they think he's drunk and he's like, I'm not drunk. I know they have that scene. I don't remember. Oh. I didn't even remember she did that. Shows you how long it's been since I watched that part of the anime.
I think she did in that version.
I do like because this was a big episode too, where they kind of showcase the fact that they've changed Sanji a little bit. I like that he's not a fucking pervert. I'm so fucking glad. I'm so fucking glad Sanji is not a pervert in the live action. And I'm
like he you can tell that he's got like a crush on Nami, but he's not like his pants aren't gonna split from the erection he gets every time he sees her, like in the show.
Oh my God.
Or die of a stupid nosebleed.
Yes. And the whole, even the scenes that I was watching with him and Lilith, like, God damn. And Stussy. And I was like, fucking shit, dude. No wonder they
It's very clear that Sanji is Phoenix's favorite straw hat.
Absolutely.
And that gag is his favorite of all.
Favorite fucking aspect of fucking Sanji. Absolutely. Couldn't be, I would be remiss if Sanji.
He loves when the gag actually plays a part in the story, like when he has to get a blood transfusion after getting a nosebleed.
I love it, the fact that he got so mad at that one guy in the fucking Greco Moria arc for stealing a devil fruit, all to turn invisible. I love that. Whoa! Oh, what the fuck, my lights? Oh, I love that. Thank God the live action doesn't do that shit. I do, yeah. They wrote him
back to the.
And I like Usopp.
I like the actor.
And Usopp.
Usopp's the best straw hat this season.
Oh God, he really is. And like this scene here too, where he's caught, where they have him captured and they have him tied up, and you know Zoro comes in and kind of saves him. Not really, but kind of. Usopp's not really annoyed. Like he's like, help us, but he's not annoying Usopp about it. Like someone's fucking saw the anime and was like, oh, Usopp's really fucking annoying. Let's not do that to Usopp. Let's make him an actual really good character. Well,
in season 1, they didn't even make him a character.
That's true.
He was just there.
He was just there. This one season, I will say it, I'm probably gonna get I'll probably get shit from the One Piece channel. This one season of live action Usopp is better than any he has been in the anime. Usopp drives me fucking up a wall.
I don't know about that. He was really good in Enies Lobby and Water 7.
That's because but that's not Usopp. That's fucking, what the fuck is that character's name?
Sogeking?
Sogeking, yes. That's not Usopp. That's Sogeking.
Well, he fought Luffy as Usopp.
Yeah, and then Usopp leaves the crew, and then Sogeking joins them for the rescue of Robin. Come on. That fight with Luffy and Usopp is good, though. You know.
He was good in Dressrosa.
Come on, because we all know that
God Usopp.
Yeah, we all know that Sogeking is just Usopp in disguise, just like Jackie Chun. But that's totally not Usopp. That's Sogeking. Come on, you know that. You know. But I really do like Usopp in this series, and this is not annoying in this episode. I do feel like they made Luffy really. I think the start of showcasing Luffy being somewhat kind of held back throughout the live action starts with this episode, because I feel like he gets trounced a little.
But it's because of the budget.
I mean,
it's because Luffy can't use his powers.
Don't do a fucking show that requires some crazy ass shit if you can't afford it.
They gotta use all that budget on fucking Chopper.
No, that's true.
In the later episodes.
A lot of it went to it. But the third episode was actually really good. I'm not. Does this? It have?
Yeah.
Does I like the Vivi come around? I like that they reveal. I like because Robin's introduced in this episode, right? Isn't this where we see her for the first time? Or was it right before this episode?
She's introduced in the first episode of the season, but she plays more of a role as the show goes on.
Right, but is this episode where we actually have her kind of interact with people in the cast? Because I know the next one they
I think it's when the crew meets Robin.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Because I know like they're
Yeah.
like all Sundays type of thing, and so I know she's like there, and great. She looks great. The actress playing Robin looks great. I've heard the conversations. Why isn't this actress like slightly more tanned, how Robin was, type of shit? Which would be really fucking funny if they did that. Really fucking funny. Same actress. Don't change anything. Just have her have a tan, and then as the show progressively goes on, she just loses the fucking tan. As the show progresses, don't change actresses. Don't color her.
like in the show.
Yeah, just she's tan, and then slowly by the time we get to Eni Sloppy, she's white. Just like, what the fuck happened? She lost her tan. She's not in the sun anymore, bruh. That was such a weird cut. That was such a weird change.
Yeah.
But I do like the big emotional scene for Vivi with her dude. I can't remember his name. Igaram. Yeah, I like that big emotional scene. That's why I asked you when this moment happens, who actually fucking dies in One Piece? Because I had a feeling like this was a good moment. And I couldn't remember. And I'm like, I feel like I just saw this dude. And I was like, maybe it was a flashback. So maybe it was what it was. That's why I had to ask you if this guy actually dies. And fuck no, he doesn't. He blew himself up. How do you not die from that? This ain't fucking Dragon Ball.
Just you wait for next season with the most infamous death fake out in all of One Piece.
There's an ultimate. Oh wait, with Elbath, there's a big fake out in Elbath.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh god, yeah. Okay, no, I remember. I know what we're talking about. Yeah. The last thing we'll talk about for the whiskey business episode, I think it looked great. Like the CGI to make the island looked great.
Oh yeah, all these set pieces are really good.
Yeah, really good. They're putting their money effectively in the right areas for certain things, and it looked good. I do like the everything they got away. Correct me on this before we move on to the next episode. So far, the season's done really well with just little minor nitpickies, which I think it's fine because I think for me, I started to enjoy just a little bit more once we got into episode 4 and on, just a little bit more because all this stuff. But in episode 3, when they escape Whiskey Peak, is Vivi's duck there? I saw people talking about
the
it.
duck is not in this season.
No, I know the duck's not, but in the anime and manga, was the duck there at that point?
Oh yeah, the duck is there in the anime.
Why the fucking take the duck? It's all for Chopper. God damn it. We didn't get the fucking
They're gonna have to up their budget next season because Chopper is not just gonna be in 3 episodes.
No, he's gonna be in every episode. I had to fucking not get the damn Chocobo.
No, he's gonna be in
duck.
every episode. They're gonna have to do the. Yeah, they're gonna have to get the ducks. They're gonna have to animate Ace's powers, Smoker's powers, Crocodile's powers.
Mm-hmm. That's next
Like,
season's
I'm
gonna
curious how next season's gonna go.
Netflix better have a massive budget or get real creative with practical effects.
And they're gonna have to animate Water Luffy,
Oh yeah.
where he drinks all the water and
He drinks all
turns
the
into a
water.
big like balloon.
They'll CGI it, but it probably won't be as big. Or, like they'll find a way to cheapen it because all the budget's gonna go to fucking shop. They're either gonna have way much of a bigger budget or Chopper's gonna be cut down. I can already see it. I don't know how.
They're gonna probably keep him in the ugly Sasquatch form the whole time.
Oh shit, yeah. They're probably going to, which we're gonna talk about that when we get there. Yeah, I forgot. He'll probably be in like, but
God.
oh god, that would be a terrible idea. Not because the actor's not doing a good job as a physical performance, but like
That's
Chopper is like little reindeer form, like 95% of
it.
his
Just
fucking
looks
time, and it looks weird.
odd.
The makeup did great. Oh my god, we're like jumping ahead on it, but yeah, the makeup looked great on him. but it does feel weird because it goes from because you so feel it. It's that CGI, all CGI to not CGI at all. I'm telling you, that's why. Hey, you people who like hate on animation and refuse to watch it unless you're gonna get live action shit. This is why animation works, because Chopper being little reindeer to big reindeer doesn't feel fucking weird in the anime, but it's fucking weird in live action because unless it's all CGI, it's a massive fucking shift and you can tell. But so far, the series has done really good.
Let's move on to Little Garden.
Big Trouble in Little Garden. For those that don't get that movie reference, Big Trouble in Little China. But I'm pretty sure it's a Patrick Swayze film. I think so. I'll look that one up. This one, we are introduced.
Wait, Big Trouble in Little Garden?
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little Garden. That's a movie reference to Big Trouble in Little China.
That's a Kurt Russell movie.
Oh, that's
Big
a
Trouble in
yeah,
Little China.
yeah. Not a Swayze one. That's right. You're right. There was someone that had that luscious locks of the 80s.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Not Swayze. That's Kurt
Not
Russell.
Swayze. That's right. It's Kurt Russell. My bad. This one, we get introduced to Groggy and Dory and the Giants. Thank fucking God they didn't CGI the Giants. Thank God. I was not sure how they were going to do it.
All the actors are doing a really good job this season. I think you could tell that the guy who played Broggy was a little bit of a better actor than Dory because they gave him more screen time.
That's true.
And like all the heavier acting scenes.
Yeah. I thinking back on it, yeah. I didn't realize they separated the one actor got a little bit more screen time. I didn't even realize that at first. But thinking back on it, yeah, he definitely did. But I liked how they decided, like, hey, we're not going to CGI these Giants. We're going to go real people, but camera angles.
We see.
Fucking loved that.
Go on.
Yeah, like I love the fact that they used like camera angles and smaller props and working of like the camera lens itself with the actors and the forced perspective to make sure like they never went CGI with the Giants. And I absolutely love that they did not do CGI. I'm glad they went full perspective, full actual actors. I mean, can it be a little odd sometimes when like you have to do the scene in like a really high motion when they're talking to the Straw Hats? Sure, it may feel kind of odd, but I'd rather them do that than CGI shit. Thank you, fucking Netflix, for not CGIing that shit.
Yeah.
And I always...
well, they didn't CGI the Giants, but they did do the otter and the vulture.
Yeah, that's right. They should have got a real fucking otter and a real vulture for that scene. Should have had a real otter losing his shit and a real fucking vulture. You can train them to do that. You can train them.
Damn Netflix.
Taking
good jobs away from hardworking otters and vultures.
Times are struggling, man. Everybody needs a chance to make some real money, and Netflix cheaped out money from a fucking otter and a fucking vulture. Damn you, Netflix. They were gonna feed their family with that.
Well, Mr. 3, we saw him in these episodes too, and that he did really good.
To me, he is the one that looks the most like his anime counterpart. Like not just the actor looks so close to the actual character of Mr. 3.
And I like how they did his powers.
Yes. I do like how that worked out too. I don't remember how it goes in the anime. I know it's all wax related in the anime. I just don't remember how it plays out. But I really liked how they do it in this one. And they did the cake thing with that. And then who's the other Baroque regent that's there?
Miss Golden Week.
Yes. I like how hers worked. I completely forgot about her. So I actually was watching that episode and I'm like, what's with the fucking little paintings? I'm over here trying to remember like what the fuck happens in this goddamn little mini arc? Are there people on this island too? because I remember the giants being there, and then it's like, no, it's her powers with the pain. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, because it's like the actual pain. It's not an actual devil fruit power.
Yeah, it's like the paint is the power, not so much her. She's not. It has to be the paint. Like, yeah, she can't affect it. She's got to do it with the paint. So yeah, I liked that. I will say, I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on.
I think they did really good with Little Garden. It was 2 episodes. They did really good with it.
Yeah. I'd say the only real negative of this, it feels like I'm going after Inaki every time. I'm torn on the scenes with Golden Week and Inaki, where he's having to go through all these flush of emotions. I still think he did a pretty solid job. It's still a little cringy because of how he's having to act, but I don't think it was as bad as some people were saying. I don't think it was as bad. I think him screaming the fucking powers is more cringe than him in this scene. I think this was a pretty solid fucking moment for him with all these emotions. It's hard to flux those emotions unless you're a really, really, really good actor. And I'm not saying anyone could pull it off, but I don't think he didn't do too bad for that whole scene with her constantly repainting it and his will like going through type of shit. Like, you won't break me type of thing. But the big star of these 2 episodes is fucking Usopp.
Oh yeah.
Fucking God. Their decision to make Usopp legitimately less of a coward and more like his cowardism in the live action feels so much more grounded, but he's still willing to do things. He's not annoying. I don't know what Usopp is having real character growth.
No, they actually gave him a character this time.
Yeah, he's fantastic in these episodes. He's the savior.
Oh, yeah.
He's legit the savior of this entire fucking 2 episodes. Legit.
Yeah. I mean, this is in the future, but did you notice like how freaking how much sass he gave Zoro in the drum part when they're like on lookout and Zoro's asking him all these questions and Usopp's like, dude, just shut up and leave me alone. We're just waiting for Luffy to come back with Nami and Sanji. I'm like, damn, Usopp, what the hell?
Yes, I was actually really surprised to see that. Usopp never gives anyone any fucking lip in the series. Like, it's always somewhat sarcastic. This was legit. He was up in Zoro's ass. He was up on his ass about it. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, this is the Usopp that he says he
you're about
swears
to
he
get
is.
cut up, bitch.
Zoro was like, the fuck? He was like, Usopp just grew a pair of balls. What the fuck? Anime Usopp would never.
Mm-hmm.
Never. From these Little Garden through the rest of this season, I feel like this is the Usopp that Usopp in the anime thinks that he fucking is or wants to be. I feel like he's already showing it here, which would make because the shit that they go through the rest of the series, Usopp should not be as big as a pussy as he still fucking is. He still is, but if somehow magic happens and the live action is able to go even into the post time skip, this version of Usopp is so much more worth watching. Absolutely. But everything on Little Garden in this series for the live action, I think was done really well. Once again, the weakest part of it was Inaki. Y'all are gonna keep seeing me have me say this a lot. I think he's the weakest in each episode as Luffy in a lot of different ways. Usopp was the best in these 2 episodes. The Giants were great. They really did feel like Rocky and Dory. Like watching, like, you know, when you're looking at it, you're like, no, like they felt like the actual giants that we see later on in the series. And I know I asked you about it because I was watching it. I'm like, when the fuck are they going to this goddamn fucking island? Finally, we are getting to that fucking island in the anime. Should not have taken 25 fucking years to get to Elbaf. Oh my god. When did fucking Elbaf? When did the episode?
I think it's the biggest arc.
Like,
like maybe in the early 2000s.
Yeah, because I saw a post about it where they were saying like the elders were introduced here, but like their power sets were introduced here. Emu was introduced here, but his actual reveal like here type of thing. And I'm like, why is it taking this dude 10 plus years to get to any of this shit? No, I saw the elders were introduced in like 2002, but like their characters as a whole, not until like 2024 or some shit like that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. What the fuck? What the goddamn fuck? That should not have fucking taken that long. But we're finally at fucking Elbaf in the anime. I know we've been there for a little bit, the manga, but yeah, I remember they're leaving Little Garden. Baroque Works is taken down. I do like, I don't remember how this plays out in the anime, but when Crocodile, spoilers. Crocodile calls and Sanji answers the phone and he doesn't tell who he is, because he plays up the alias, and at first Crocodile doesn't know that he's not talking to Mr. 3, and then eventually he figures it out.
Yeah.
Does it play out differently in the anime and manga?
I don't think he puts him on hold like he does in like in the live action. Like they clearly did that as a gag.
Yeah, that was definitely a gag moment. But I couldn't remember if it played out similar in the story as it did here, because obviously he didn't catch on at first, and then obviously Crocodile was like, okay, yeah, clearly some shit's going down. What the fuck? And then Sanji was like, oh, Mr. Prince, I've taken care of your things. And someone, I don't fucking know. I don't know enough about One Piece. Someone was saying like this whole Prince persona in the live action is going to have a different effect than the way it did in the anime regarding Crocodile or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I thought the scene between him and Crocodile was good. The fight with him and the otter and the fucking buzzard was good. Kind of shitty he had to kill the fucking little beasties, but everything was actually played out really well here.
Overall, it was a very good arc.
Overall, yeah, it was a really good arc. Usopp, fucking top tier in this fucking little arc. Top fucking tier. Groggy and Dory, fucking great. Thank God y'all didn't CGI that. Baroque Works, they've been really good. Question though, before we get to Drum, does Baroque Works stick around as long as they do in the anime, how they have been in the live action?
Well, I mean the whole like after Logtown thing. Kind of. I know, like they have no presence on Drum. Like they don't even talk to Wapol like they do in this version, which I don't know if I like that at all. Like Wapol already had his fruit, and they just make Wapol just the most disgusting looking motherfucker in this show, with this prosthetic mouth to his gut, to how he's eating the devil fruit.
Him eating the devil fruit is to me is the equivalent as if you're watching Lord of the Rings and fucking Denethor is eating that goddamn tomato. For any of you that have watched Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't remember Evan, I don't know if you have watched Lord of the Rings in a hot minute. But
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm pretty sure it's in the third film. Yeah, pretty sure it's in the third film. Might be in the late second film. But the character of Denethor is the steward of Gondor, and he's in his little kitchen, wherever the fuck he's eating. He's at his fucking table eating, and he's eating and shit. And the way this actor eats a fucking goddamn tomato is just the most shit ever. You're like, why? And they zoom in on it too. Like they get real close with the camera. Like you really see him. The tomato just spews everywhere and shit. That was how, when I saw Wapol eat the fucking devil fruit, I'm like, that's some Denethor level of shit right there. That is how you eat a devil fruit. Disgustingly. What the fuck? Because
I wanted to look away because I was just like, no, Robin, don't give him that devil fruit.
No, I don't want to see. Oh no! Oh for shit! I don't know if the CGI for him was. I don't know if I like Wapol more from the live action compared to the anime. I really don't know.
He's a very unlikable character in both.
In both, yes. I'm just trying to think if he's more of just this piece of shit in the live action, or is he more of a piece of shit in the anime? I'm thinking live action. And like just totally dumbass too. Like I just feel like this dude's a total fucking dumbass. Compared to even in the anime, he's already a dumbass in the anime. But I feel like it's even worse here. But when we're on Drum Island, I do I liked how they pretty much kind of reenacted the scene with Luffy and Nami climbing the fucking mountaintop. I thought in the anime it was just Luffy and Nami though. Did Sanji go with them in the anime?
No, it was them three.
Oh, okay.
It's all three of them.
Because I really couldn't remember, and I'm like, I thought it was just him and Nami climbing by himself type of thing. I couldn't remember at all.
No, because in the anime he still got Nami hanging on his back, and he puts Sanji in his whole mouth instead of just carrying him by his shirt.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's coming back to me. Yeah, okay, it's coming back to me now. Yeah, I didn't see. Told you guys, I haven't seen shit with the fucking anime in a long. Pre-time skip stuff. It's been like at least probably 8 years.
Phoenix has to watch One Piece in bunches because then he gets angry.
I do. I really do. I really do. I started. This is how long it took me to get through fucking Wano. I'm pretty sure I started Wano, all of Wano, in 21. I just fucking finished the son of a bitch now. Maybe 22. Actually, I remember how it was going. I was watching it while I was at work at the job I previously had.
Good
I was watching
God.
it. I was watching it. I had this previous job from 21, like August of 21 to May of 23. Probably around 22 era is when I was like, I'm going to catch up with One Piece. I'm going to start catching up. This is when they were still with Wano. They hadn't reached the Egghead or anything. So they were still in Wano, but late Wano or early Wano type of shit. I was Punk Hazard. I had literally finished Fishman, or I was like halfway through Fishman. So I finished Fishman, went to Punk Hazard, went to Dressrosa, did Zoe, finally got. I powered through each of those, but there were days where I'm like, okay, I've powered through enough of this. I'm taking like 2 weeks off. I can't. And it's just the shit fucking pacing, and the fact that it feels like I'm just watching goddamn Dragon Ball in a story about fucking pirates and adventure. And why the fuck it just doesn't work. Anyway. Yeah, so over the course of like basically the 2 years I worked there, I managed to inevitably, and I was kind of keeping up. And the other thing too, I was also kind of having to go with the dub because I had it on while I was working, and I used to edit at the job I used to have. So I had to edit while I was, so I couldn't really sub it. So I had to do dub so I could hear and keep up somewhat what was happening. Over those 2 years, I made it to fucking Wano, and then after I left that job, I got up through the rest of where I was at in Wano to the beginning of the Raid of Onigashima, and I didn't watch the Raid of Onigashima for over a year and a half. Or at least a year. I started, when I told you I was going back and finish, or going to start catching up, and I started asking all the questions as I was going, that's when I picked back up on watching through the Raid of Onigashima. Yamato had just introduced herself to Luffy. That's where I was at. And I stopped watching for like a year and a half. So, yeah. This was a show that I could not power through. I powered through the back half of Wano and all of Egghead. And shit with Wano was getting more interesting with me after I got past I was seeing the same shit over and over. I really was. Punk Hazard felt like nothing really got anywhere. There were moments I liked about Punk Hazard, but I can't even fucking remember what they were. Dressrosa, I did like the stuff regarding Law and Corleone and even Doflamingo's backstory. That stuff I was enjoying. Then we got, oh fuck, I completely forgot about Hulk and Whole Cake. Oh shit, you should. Ow.
You can. Whole Cake sucks.
Whew, fuck. That one really killed me trying to get through fucking Whole Cake. Fucking killed me. I even made a TikTok on it years ago when someone asked, what's the most annoying thing about One Piece? And I said, the fact that I can watch the same fucking backstory in the same arc 10 plus times. I watched Sanji's exact same backstory play out from every fucking perspective of the Vince folks until they got to the daughter. Sanji's, all three of his brother, and his fucking dad. Same backstory. Same Sanji backstory. Then the sister finally gave us, and it started the same. This is what pissed me off too. It starts the same way, and then it finally starts showing more content. I'm like, that is why I've struggled to get through One Piece for so fucking long. And while finishing Wano, I was like, give me stuff that's new. If you're gonna do flashbacks, do it. And they were kind of working it in better, fucking finally. And Egghead, the only thing I hated about Egghead was the fact that I saw the goddamn story of Ohara play out 3 different times. I know what happens with Ohara. You don't have to tell me 3 fucking times. But luckily it was only 3 times. But everything else, like Kuma's backstory, holy shit, that was fucking great. That was great. I wanted more information when Vegapunk was given reveals about the Void Sentry. I was like, give me more. I want more information on fucking Joy Boy, the Void Sentry, what the fucking elders are. Yeah. It would, yeah, no. Like second half Wano, like episode 995 onward was much more enjoyable for me. And then Egghead was a lot more enjoyable to me. It was a struggle to get to that fucking part of Wano. Look, it took me like 2.5 fucking years to get from fucking back half of goddamn Fishman Island to fucking halfway through Wano. That's how long it took me to get through those arcs. Because I couldn't fucking do it. And the anime and the live action is paced so much fucking better. So much fucking better. And that's why
They have the advantage of hindsight, though, Phoenix.
Hindsight my ass. Dude just keeps fucking writing. Look, I say this to my wife. There's nothing wrong with him wanting to, as he writes and creates more characters or introduces characters or like, hey, you remember this character I introduced a long time ago? Talk about. That's fine. Throw a quick little flashback about him. That's fine. But when you want to go into massive detail about this character and their involvement and their story to the world of One Piece, that it's going to consume upwards of multiple chapters to 10 plus episodes. Make it its own fucking thing, not intrinsically warped into the story, because you're just slowing down the fucking story. Like, fuck. Mm-hmm. The fact, again, Sanji, the whole Vinfolk fucking... If you really wanted to deep dive Sanji's backstory with the Vince folks and all these different perspectives, fine. Do it in a fucking one-off manga that's tied to One Piece, but it's its own thing where people are like, it's not going to slow down the pacing of my story. Oda just slows down his own fucking pacing by just one like, oh man, this is really cool. I'm going to write a little bit about this guy. Dude, no, this is going to take like 8 fucking chapters. Get back to the story. Go back. Like, I can already see him doing it. And this is going to piss me off because I know Toei's going to milk the fuck out of this. When Oda full on goes full backstory, you're going to get everything about Joy Boy, everything about the Void Century. Like, when he finally fucking reveals that, he's going to take away.
Void Century is going to be a whole like 20 episode like flashback arc.
Oh yeah, I already see it. It's going to take him like 50, 100 fucking chapters. 20. Dude is going to be like 100 chapters deep for this, and it's like, okay, kind of necessary to a degree. Do I think you need 100 fucking chapters? No, I don't think you're going to need 100 fucking chapters. But is it going to be a bit? Yes. At some point, I feel like Oda's like, let me give the important shit that I really need to use here. Then all this other stuff that I really want to go into about Joy Boy, Emu, and all this stuff, right in a separate shit. Because Toei is going to milk the fuck out of what he gives. So if he takes 100 chapters to write the Void Century flashback, that's going to be 200 episodes for fucking Toei. At least. And it's going to repeat a lot of the same shit. I'm gonna get so fucking mad. I'm gonna get so mad when that happens because it's gonna be like, I don't need all this goddamn shit. Like they're gonna be like the store boy. Like we're gonna see Joy Boy's life, like as a child, 15 fucking times before we ever give Pat. Like it's gonna like this was Joy Boy's life as a kid. Now he's like adult doing this shit. Hey, y'all know like 2 episodes ago we talked about Joy Boy's childhood. I'm gonna talk about Joy Boy's childhood again. Same shit though. We're not gonna add anything. Same shit. You son of a bitch. That is why One Piece dropping sense. And there's kiss my fucking ass for every one of you that say that's a part of the journey. No, it's not. That's shit writing. If you are repeating something you've already discussed, you literally have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You're just wasting everyone's time. That's not part of the journey. And if Oda wanted to be, Oda would have made the backstory play out the exact same way multiple times every couple of chapters. But he doesn't. Oda goes straight through with the fucking backstory. How Kuma's played out. Kuma's backstory is exactly how you do a backstory. You do not fucking waste time. But Toei will waste y'all's fucking time and give you 3 episodes of content from Oda's backstory just to turn around and say, hey, y'all remember what we talked about like 2 episodes ago that you guys definitely fucking watched? We're going to do that again. That's not part of the journey, goddammit. And pray the fucking live action never does that shit. I'm so fucking pissed. I'll be so fucking pissed. Speaking of the live action again.
All right.
We
Yeah,
know
let's get to Drum.
we know. I know how you feel about Chopper, but I want to get to him in a minute. What did you feel about Dr. Kureha?
I think they did a really good job. I think she did good acting. I already knew Katie Seagal from other stuff. Like, she's the voice of Leela in Futurama,
Oh, yeah.
if y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
But no, she did awesome. Like, I don't have any complaints or criticisms.
Would you, given the 2 actresses, would you have rather it, or are you glad that it was Katie, or do you think they maybe could have done better with Jamie? Because I know
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes, because she's a big fan. And I know the big fan theories was like her.
I think they both would have done a good job. I don't think, like, it not being Jamie Lee Curtis, I wasn't like, oh, fuck, this is so stupid. No, I think both of them would have done a very good job. And Katie did do a good job.
Yes, she did. She did a phenomenal job. And for me, what I think I liked about her as the role more was because even though I've seen her in a bunch of different things, I feel like she brought a lot of her character from Sons of Anarchy into the character of Dr. Kureha, because she is a bit of a hard ass like her character in Sons of Anarchy. And I was like, that's fucking great. Because yes, when you say her as Leela, Leela's very different from her character in Sons of Anarchy, and then you have like her Married with Children character, which is very different from her. I was like, when I was watching her, I'm like, it feels like I'm like, she brought a little bit. She definitely brought some of her Sons of Anarchy character to this for the hard ass, because she is a hard ass, and I'm like, you needed that. I think she did great as Dr. Kureha. I couldn't. If it had been Jamie, it would have worked, but I think she was, to me, the right pick.
Yeah, I think Kureha did really good. I think Hiraluk, everybody's saying the guy that played Hiraluk was fantastic. I personally think that Smoker probably was my favorite new member of the cast, but Hiraluk he's up there, man. I think Smoker and Tashigi both did really good. Kureha and Hiraluk did really good. Wapol was alright. Robin, she was amazing. I loved Robin.
Oh, yeah. No, great cast, too. Great physical cast. And
now, when it comes to the other Straw Hat that they introduced this season, I think the CGI work they did for Chopper was really good. His humanoid practical effect form, a little awkward. Like, it looked like
a suit.
Like the guy was wearing lipstick and had hair going down his neck. It looked like a Sasquatch too. But I mean, it's the point, because Chopper is supposed to look like a monster, kind of in that form.
That's not even his full monster form, is it?
Yeah. The voice acting, on the other hand, I don't like the direction they went. His voice is very scratchy and gravelly, and I found it very annoying every time he opened his mouth.
I'm kind of torn, because I definitely prefer the anime's Chopper voice, and I'm like, why not just get her unless she was too busy? But I don't necessarily hate Chopper's voice in the live action. I kind of dig the weird timidly scratchy voice for a character like Chopper. But to me, it kind of feels like with like the way the character is from in this moment to how he becomes later on. Kind of like how I've always said when it comes to like Dragon Ball, Colleen works for like a very young baby Gohan, but when they go to the chamber and come out, Stephanie fits the vibe of Gohan better with the way her voice is. I think given how Chopper is in Drum Island and all the sad things he goes to and the really depressive moments for Chopper, this kind of that weird scraggly voice kind of works. I don't think that will work though. It won't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to work because they'll have to make it work. But I think the voice for Chopper would work better going back to the actual voice actress. Because from here on, Chopper's going to be a lot more happy, a lot more expressive, a lot more goofy. And unless she tweaks it a little bit, I feel like keeping that scraggly thing like she don't really like, I don't think it's going to work as well. Yeah, to me. I mean, some people, I think they love it. But I have to agree with like the 50-50 thing. I think it kind of works for just this section of Chopper's story, especially like when he goes and gets the flower, the Death Valley, and comes back and he's like really sad, and then like when he's getting healed by the doctor type of thing, like there were these moments I'm like, your like kind of depressive sad voice works. You can't keep that voice when Chopper gets all happy and all goofy. Like you gotta give it a different vibe. And I think I think if she keeps this weird tone with the voice for Chopper when they actually get to Alabasta next season, I think it's gonna hurt Chopper more. To me. But I didn't necessarily hate it. It's not to me, the way she voiced Chopper for these episodes is still not as bad as fucking Inagi trying to say Gamo Gamo.
I just can't get behind her, like, trying to raise her voice at all. It just like it sounds like she's unable to, and the sadness sounded fake.
I think I can see that for some of the episodes. Some of it worked. There might have been some that felt a little pushy to try to make it work. I think for me, when Chopper's real timid with the Straw Hats, I feel like that's probably when it works the best for me. Having that type of voice when he's very timid and kind of standoffish from the crew, I think that kind of works. But then when it gets more expressive, she's got to work on it more. For me, if they're gonna stick with this girl and not go back to the voice actress, I think what she needs to do is when they get to filming or whatever, when she knows that she's gonna do part, take the time.
Take a sip of water.
Take a sip of water, breathe a little bit. But also, I think she needs to watch the Alabasta section and just see how Chopper acts, because you're gonna have to bring it. It doesn't have to be the same voice, clearly, because it's not going to be quite the same. But you got to match what the voice actress did for Chopper in this moment. Because Chopper gets real expressive moving forward. Real expressive. Like those whole scenes. I find it hard to believe that when Chopper does those moments where like they're like, oh, good job, Chopper. And he goes, oh, my God, you don't have to do that. Big luck. When he starts being all bashful and like googly because people
like he's supposed to be a cute mascot character.
Yeah, like the little guys. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna sound right. You gotta. So I think she'll have to put a little panaz on it. I guess fucking what I'm thinking of. She's got to give a little more oomph with him moving forward. It just won't feel right. Just. But I don't hate it. I'm 50-50 for her portrayal of Chopper in this. But yeah, the doctor, that guy fucking was great.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was fantastic. And apparently I don't know what else he's been in, but apparently that actor is the same actor that's in Jurassic Park 3 of the dad of the main kid character that gets taken out in like the beginning when they go behind the clouds and he gets and I'm like, that's all I know this guy from. When they pointed that out, I'm like, I don't know if I've seen him in anything else. So if that was all he was ever in, took a wild shot at this and got it, good fucking job, dude. because you were great. And if that was your only ever other role, way to fucking swing for the fences and nail it. Because he was so
I think-
good.
Yeah,
And that scene where he's
he
like, don't
did really good.
hurt my son. Don't kill my son. Ah. And the dude that's the fucking lead guard. What's his name?
Dalton.
Dalton, yes. Fucking loved him. Especially that scene with Chopper, where Chopper's gonna fuck up the castle and he comes out there. I know.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it happens in the anime
I
too.
think the fight between, yeah, the fight between Luffy and Wapol, I think, wasn't as good as the final fight with Arlong in the last season.
I agree. I mean, to be fair, it's not as good even in the anime, but it feels even less in the live action.
Yeah,
Because Wapol's just not Arlong, so it's already gonna have that off feel compared to the big beat.
but Wapol's not a final. He's not a final boss like you can make Arlong.
no,
Wapol, they made him the big bad of this season, even though he's not, because he got the fruit from Robin and Crocodile. But spoilers.
spoilers. Oh, yeah.
Spoilers for a section of the story that's over 20 years old.
And the live action's been out for like 2.5, 3, 4 weeks or some shit. I don't know. Y'all have had time to watch it.
Yeah. But like, you can't cram Alabasta into half a season of the show because there's just so much that happens. So they said, hey, we had to cut Logtown. We'll bring Logtown in this season, and we'll go to Drum. So you'll get Chopper, but we're not getting to Alabasta yet, so we don't get Ace. Which, if they're getting more time, give Ace his time, give Smoker his time. You better make Crocodile good because he's one of the best villains in the whole series.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm excited for season 3.
Yeah, if next season's not all Alabasta, I will be just. The only way I see it working is Alabasta is every episode, but maybe the last one. And maybe you can use that last
Yeah,
episode.
I think
kinda
that
set
might
up.
be how they do it.
That's the only way. Because I'm like, if you try to do Alabasta in four episodes, it's just not going. No, you're gonna take away what Alabasta means for the setup moving forward. Like this is a big
Yeah.
moment because they take down spoilers. They take down a fucking warlord. They set the whole shit's like, motherfucker. This dude took out a fucking warlord, saved a kingdom. The world government's confused as shit now. They don't know what to fucking do.
No hockey.
No hockey. Like it's a big turning point. For
No
the whole story.
gears.
Oh yeah, no gears. But you know what? You know what Luffy did have against Crocodile that he does have later on, or where this is the first time of Luffy having something against Crocodile that he has later on in the series. You want to know what that is?
What would that be?
Plot armor.
Oh. Yeah, because he loses twice.
He dies to Crocodile fucking twice. And the one spot in the entire little cavern they're fighting in that happens to get a little bit of water trickling, Crocodile throws him across the fucking room to that one spot. Give me a fucking break. Oh, to plot armored Luffy's ass into winning because he died. Crocodile fucking kills him. Fucking plot armor. I know they have. I mean, it's shonen. They all have plot armor, but come on, that's fucking plot armor. Holy shit, that was fucking plot armor.
Overall, this season, I think I enjoyed a little bit more than season 1. I think the only thing that really frustrated me was, again, the Bartolomeo stuff at the beginning. Like, I just don't see, what was, like, you could show him without making him an actual part of the plot in that episode.
I agree.
Like, oh, we know he's on Logtown, but he's not supposed to interact with Luffy like how he did.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he should have interacted with Luffy at all. I'm not even a big One Piece person.
Brook's a different story.
Brooks, I really don't mind it one way or another. It does seem like seems kind of weird that no one the fans harp on every other aspect of the Straw Hats, but Brooks they didn't care about. Okay. The VV controversy, what a way of a fucking going into this season. Overall, I agree. The season was really, I think for me, the season's like a 7. And it's not a bad 7. It's actually a good 7. I really enjoyed this. I like the pacing of the live action so much better. But I just think Inaki was so rough through this whole, and don't give me this shit, you fucking fanboys. He was rough this season. I don't know if he was trying too hard or what. He was just rough to me in this fucking season because everybody else was great. I really liked everyone else, especially fucking Usopp in this season. Inaki was just rough for me. And I hate how he fucking says his fucking attack moves. I think it sounds stupid as hell. Stop
Do
trying
you
to...
think he's the weakest cast member out of the 5 main Straw Hats?
Yes. By a wide margin
Yeah.
at this point, for me.
I can agree.
I think in terms of acting, Usopp's actor had a lot more to work with this season, so I think he got a lot better. I don't think any of them were bad in the first season. I just think because they had more to work with. Obviously, McKenyu, he's got a way bigger history of acting and in anime movies, so the dude just is doing a solid fucking Zoro. Damn good solid Zoro. He doesn't do a whole lot of talking,
yeah.
but I think it's great as fucking Zoro. I think Sanji, the fact they toned down his pervertedness and made him just more of like a lover boy, I think it's done wonders for his character. It's made his character so much better, and the actor's doing a great job at that. Nami,
I think Nami can lighten up a little bit. She does a good job, but she can it wouldn't kill her. It's not gonna kill the character to like be goofy every now and then.
yeah, she could liven it up a little bit. She didn't have a lot to work with. I feel like
Yeah.
she was doing. I don't know. It's like this season. The characters that benefited the most was Usopp, Zoro, and Sanji's acting. Luffy, Inaki, he does a great job at embodying Luffy. It's just he feels like he was the roughest in this season by a long shot. Everybody else was doing such a better job.
Yeah.
And I'm 50-50 on Chopper. But I do think she needs to really embody Chopper moving forward a lot better, because depressive Chopper is not going to be a thing moving forward. We had his sad backstory. We had the fucking doctor. This is happy Chopper. Chopper's like a lot happier moving forward. Still scared and shit, but like he's a much happier Chopper. And we need to see that, and I need to hear that in his voice too. So I think it's a 7 because everything else was really good. I didn't really hate anything about the season. No real episode had anything bad for me. I don't think I had anything really pissy about it. Any of the episodes. Really, Inaki was the weakest for me, and I didn't. He wasn't so annoying that I had to turn the shit off. I was watching it, no problem. I do look forward to season 3.
Oh yeah. No, I think I'm ready for Ace.
Oh, I know.
I'm ready.
I know you are. The only thing I say about him is, I know physically he's going to do a great job as Ace. Obviously, anime and manga Ace is a lot more. Like his designs.
White.
Well, why? But like his designs, probably a little more sharper, typer looking than what Zolo. But Zolo's going to do great. I think Zolo's going to do great. I just hope he takes the time to really find a way to embody the way Travis makes Ace feel. Because a lot of the voice, because Travis does a great job in making Ace feel the way Ace does. So I think he can do it. I think he's just got to really study Travis's Ace to really capture how Ace is going to be. But I think he can do it. But that's what I want to see from him. I know what Ace can be like, and now you got to give me that. Because remember, this is like, think about it. They'll never get there. But remember how Zolo gives his performance in season 3 of Ace is how people would be like, well, if they made it to Wano, this is how he would be in the flashbacks. And I'm not going to like that. You know what I mean? So he's got to really bring it for Ace.
Yeah.
Because if they won't, but if they ever were, this is how Zolo would be in the flashbacks of Wano and stuff. And it's like, that don't feel like. So he's got to really bring it, study the way Travis delivers it. I want Crocodile to be good because I do actually like Joe DiMaggiano. I do like him as an actor. Not like he's anything crazy impressive, but I do like him as an actor. I think he can be a great
I think
crocodile.
he's gonna do a really good job.
I just want to see it. I really want to, like, y'all take the time. It's gonna take like 2 fucking years in your off time between shoots. Fucking go watch your scenes from your character. Really make me. And by the way, Crocodile does have a deeper voice in the English. What are you talking about? I just watched him with the Buggy stuff. He's got a deep
Crocodile?
voice. Yeah. It's not like
In the dub,
yeah. He doesn't have like a
in the dub, he's voiced by the same. He's All for One and Dodoria.
well. He's doing a much deeper job. He's much deeper as Crocodile than he is All for One. Or maybe he makes it more scraggly. I just heard him because he's in the stuff with Buggy. And all the scenes with Bucky as the Emperor Buggy. Like he actually, I think he's a little deeper than he is as All for One. And Joe is not like Joe.
All three. I think the dub, the sub, and the live action. I think it's gonna be really good.
I think he'll do great as Crocodile. He has a good look for Crocodile. I'm just like, give me this kind of deep man, and I know he can do it because I've watched stuff with him and I know he can do it. Like, give me some of that roughness. Give me some, because Crocodile's got to be a little rough. Give me a little bit of roughness. I know he can do it. I just want to see him do it. I feel like he wasn't as rough in the few seconds we got with him in season 2. I was like, give me a little bit more. And I think he'll do a good job. But they set the stage because remember, this is like, as you said, Crocodile is one of the best ones out of the whole series. So if he doesn't make Crocodile feel like one of the best ones, it's going to be a big letdown because this is a big turning point.
Crocodile was the guy until Doflamingo showed up.
Yeah, because after this is Alabasta, like, next big person is what's NL? Isn't that like the next big, like, I guess, villain after Crocodile's
but I
NL?
never... NL is not like the villain everybody talks about, like
No.
Crocodile or Katakuri or Kaido, my boy.
No. I was trying to think of, like, who's after Crocodile in terms of a villain.
Oh, Enel. It's Enel. But you'll see Blackbeard should pop up in Jaya.
Yeah, because that's where they meet for the first time, and they just have, like, a goofy little conversation. I wonder who they're going to do for Blackbeard. Now I got me wondering who they're going to do for fucking Blackbeard. But overall, this season was actually really good. And I look forward to season 3. I know the Zolo and Joe have some big roles because this is a big moment for their characters, especially Joe, because Crocodile is all about this fucking season, upcoming season. And I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with that budget, but Chopper is either going to not appear a whole lot or he's going to appear a whole lot. But I give it the season. I think the season overall is like 7.5 for me for this season.
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, look, I think the live action is doing a pretty damn good job at what they're doing. Some misses here and there on certain aspects, but I don't think it's enough to say the show is doo doo. I'm not a hardcore One Piece fan, and I'm enjoying it. So maybe the hardcore ones are just more up their ass. But apparently not up their ass enough about Brooke.
No.
But they are enough about fucking Vivi.
Nope.
God damn. But what did you guys think?
I'm ready for...
What?
I'm ready for next season.
Oh, God. Everyone in Alabasta either's got to be a black guy, black woman, or Indian. Because if they're not, it's just going to feel fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because if Vivi's dad isn't an Indian dude and he's a white guy, that's going to be fucking weird.
Oh, they show his dad. He's Indian.
They did? I fucking missed it. Oh, wait, yeah, they did. They did, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. Well, don't change him. Fuck shit. Don't change him. Jesus. I know casting happens, but shit, don't fucking change him. Jesus Christ. If y'all change him, shit. But yeah, Alabasta, all Indian or all... Half, there's got to be black people and there's got to be Indian people in Alabasta. And if you're going to have white people, have them wear shit over the head because the sun would burn. There's some Indian... Look, if Alabasta is supposed to be like an Arabian city, you got to have people who have darker skin color. It has to. If that's what they're going to go with, they need to stick with it. Don't be throwing some
It's
random.
based on Egypt.
Yeah, don't throw random white people in there without making it work. You can do it. You just got to make it work. But if you're just going to have white people out in the fucking sun, no shirt on type of shit, y'all will have red motherfuckers. And that's sunburn waiting to fucking happen. And piss off more fucking One Piece fanatics. I fucking love it. The Hawk dude, make him as Indian as fuck. Like, aggressively an Indian.
Make him actually die.
Make him die. Because he doesn't die. But he should have died. Come on, fucking kill these motherfuckers. No. What do you guys think of the season 2? Do you guys agree with our fucking rating? Is it 7.5? Or do you think we should have given it a better? I know you... Or do you agree with the fanatics that it's a fucking 0? It's awful. But what do you know? Well, let us know in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the Just Two Nerds podcast. And until next time, everybody. See ya.